defied the fate of mortals. Knocking down thousands before them. Braving the path to glory. Challenging every fibre of their being. While two emerged undefeated. There could be only one possible outcome. For one to wield the power to rule them all.
So how does Ronnie compare to your most recent run of opponents?
He's just another opponent, to be honest. Yeah, he's a fighter coming over with the respect to try and take my world title from me. It's an opportunity for him. So yeah, he's going to be looking to take it with both hands. But you know, that's not going to be happening when you're facing me.
What is it that you bring to the table that maybe he hasn't seen before?
We discovered hunger. We discovered hunger and obviously a passion to come back and get that belt. I've experienced being dropped a few times. I got up every time. I got up and I tried to finish the fight. Obviously some fights the referee stopped. That's out of my control. I wouldn't be in this position. I'm where I'm at now because I refuse to quit.
You get knocked down, you get back up and carry on fighting. You know, that's standard. I feel like he hasn't been in the ring with no one like me, so that'll be interesting again.
Non-stop pressure.
He's right. I haven't been there with the fighter like him, so he's right in that sense. And you know what I mean? He's absolutely right. That's why I have to find a way. I have to find a way to overcome his relentlessness. I gotta do what I gotta do. I have a feeling that we could give the fight fans a potential fight of the year. This fight has all the makings to be a fight of the year.
Anything can happen in boxing. Yeah, I feel like if you come forward at me, I'm the wrong type of fighter to do that with. You know, speaking about not quitting and things like that. You know, I'm not one to take a backward step or start changing my way of fighting just because someone's coming forward. Yeah, so it'd be interesting, but you never really know until you get in the ring. Each opponent's different.
But back to Fraser Clarke, right? So why didn't you win the first fight?
Away fighter, away show. He's Ben Shalom, Fraser Clarke, Sky. His team, his setup, his pick of the judges, his pick of the ref, his 18 men in the corner shouting, and then mixed with a little bit of blood on my nose and everyone thinking that my face was falling off. I think that all swayed it to the way where they were giving him some extra points there where I don't think they were warranted. Ultimately, even if I give it credit to say it was a 50-50 fight and you split it down the middle, 6 apiece, cool, no problem. Point deduction and a knockdown, that's 2 rounds, I've won. Where's the question mark? Where's the debate here? What's going on? I don't see it any other way. But it is what it is. We go again.
You're two really respectful fighters, and yesterday at the press conference that was all pretty respectful. But I'm hearing that there could be more of an edge now as it gets closer and closer now. And fight week's going to be around the corner as well. Do you think there will be more of an edge? You're already feeling it a little bit, and there goes your earring.
Whee! How that's do.
Very accurate there as well, poor Stuart. But more of an edge, do you think? More of a bite to this build-up?
Yeah, 100%. I think as it gets closer, there's going to be most likely a bit more of that. But at the same time, let's be honest, because of the fight that it is, we are two of the best in the division, both undefeated, both hungry, both young. It's going to be a great fight no matter what, and we don't need to have fake needle to build that fight to make it happen, because it's happening and it's built. We're making history. That's big enough. We don't have to pretend to hate each other in the process. You know, I'm here to do a job, and that's to box. She's my opponent. Yeah, I've known her before that, but we've always known that we are on a collision course, and it's just happening now. And that's what it'll be. Come fight night, it'll be about getting the job done, and then it can be back to being respectful after that. But in the ring, I'm not going to be respectful, because, like I say, I'm there to put violence on there, punch her in the face.
I'm always smiling when I fight. I'm doing what I love, and you'll see me smiling against Raven Chapman, definitely.
That's a good line. I said to her, Sky's a great boxer, very rarely gets hit, very slick, she moves a lot. She said, okay, but she's never fought a Raven Chapman. And you haven't fought a Raven Chapman, because there's only one, but have you ever fought anyone like her, do you think?
I've fought aggressive fighters. I've fought opponents that have gone into the fight believing they're going to win, just as she has, that fans have thought were going to beat me, just as they might think she will. The likes of Lucy Wildheart. I don't think she's anything more special than a few of my opponents, to be honest. I think she has convinced herself that she might have the key that cracks the Sky Nicholson code, but I can assure you she definitely has not.
Do you want to show people you can have a fight?
Kind of, yeah. I do, actually.
I sense that.
But I'm also not going to do it if I don't have to. So I feel this fight with Raven can be as hard or as easy as I want to make it. That's what I believe. And I just don't think I can't see myself putting myself into a position to give Raven any opportunity if I don't need to.
So Fraser Clarke will win this time because...
Absolutely. Fraser Clarke will win this time because he's gone away, he's worked hard, he's worked on his mistakes, he's looked at what he did well, he's looked at what he could do better, and he's going to implement that come October the 12th.
He says that he was probably a 6 out of 10 that night, and you boxed the fight of your life. What do you think about that?
Yeah, again, he's just a bit delusional, you know. What else have we seen from him in his career that says he's any better than he was that night, to be honest? You know, just that performance which he gives to other people, he's only fought mediocre heavyweights other than that, and they've been knocked over. So, you know, I don't know what he's judging himself off, 6 out of 10. That was probably the best he was as well, if I'm honest.
Do you think he can get much better?
I think he's got good people around him. He's in a good gym with a good trainer. So if he listens, yeah. But I think this guy's a bit naive and a bit arrogant. So I'm not sure how much he does listen.
I heard you say something about how you've deleted Twitter. Is that right?
Yeah, I just don't have the app anymore. You know, I nip on it from now and then, but yeah, it's a cesspit.
So, any social media or just completely off?
Yeah, listen, I have a look now and then. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just the norm, innit? But the Fraser Clarke now compared to the Fraser Clarke a year, 18 months ago, is a different person. You know, like there's a lot of wasted time on social media. A lot of negative things come from it. Some positive as well. Some really good things on there, good stories and whatnot. And I get to spread a good message, but it has no effect on my life whatsoever.
Fabio Wardley says that you're 56 years old and unlikely to win a world title.
You know, he's just annoying, but he's funny with it as well, to be honest. Well, when I knock him out on October 12th, I expect an apology for his cheek.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the press conference for the Nick Ball Homecoming, a great night of World Championship Boxing to be held this Saturday from the M&S Bank Arena in Liverpool, England. It is all being brought to you by Frank Warren on behalf of Queensberry Promotions, along with their great sponsors, Riot Season, 32 Red, and Unibet. This great event will be shown live in the UK on TNT Sports and in the United States on ESPN+. Tickets can be purchased through Ticket Quarter, Ticketmaster, and at the M&S Bank Arena box office. Let's now get the Undercard press conference started. Here now is your host, the very dapper Deb Sani.
I think I owe you some money, Thomas Treiber. Thank you. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Great to see everyone here today in Liverpool, a fighting city. We are back for World Championship Boxing in Liverpool on Saturday night. And the reason is because Liverpool has a new hero. His name is Nick Ball. He is unbeaten. They call him the Wrecking Ball. He's the reigning WBA World Featherweight Champion. And he's coming home. And he makes the first defence of his title this Saturday night against the tough Californian called Ronny Rios. We'll be live on TNT Sports from 7 o'clock and on the Queensberry YouTube channel from 4 o'clock. We're at the M&S Bank Arena. A cracking show, and as you can see from these tables here, a cracking undercard full of championship fights and fighters that we believe can get to the very top of this sport. Let's start with one of those fighters, a four-time national amateur champion making his professional debut. So we've got world title fights and we've got debutants on Saturday. Lucas Biswana out of the Everton Red Triangle Gym, which is going to be a bit of a theme today. Lucas, great to see you. And where better to make your debut than the M&S Bank Arena on Saturday?
I don't know, back at home where everyone can come with 4 of me are the teammates from my gym.
How are you feeling about this? Because this is a big moment. You only get one debut. You get it on the undercard of your friend Nick on a huge show.
Nah, yeah, I'm made up. Worked hard for this, and it's going to be a special night. Definitely.
I did a little Google, did a little Instagram search. I think I started following you today. You followed me back, thanks for that. But I looked up some of your amateur stuff, and it's just you knocking people out. In the amateurs, you carry some serious power, young man.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I'm about, and that's what I'm going to bring to the pro game.
Do you feel like your style is made for the pros?
Definitely. I believed when I was a kid I had a pro style, so I was always looking forward to turning pro.
We've got an opponent on Saturday, Jacob Laskowski, who's only been stopped a couple of times in 36 fights. Be a bit of a statement if you get him out of there in your debut. Is that the plan?
Definitely, that's what I go in to do. We don't look for it, though, it just comes.
Okay, well, best of luck to you, Lucas. We look forward to that. Making his debut on Saturday night, Lucas Biswana. Let's speak to a man having the 6th fight of his professional career. A bit of a cheeky chappy, a bit of a favourite coming through, Nelson Burchill. Nelson, fight number 6 for you, my friend. Coming off a brilliant first-round knockout in Dubai. How are you feeling heading into this one?
Yeah, I've come back from Dubai. It's pretty cold out here. Almost sweating my ass off over in England anyhow. I'm looking forward to getting back out and getting hopefully another stoppage again.
I've heard you've sold plenty of tickets, so expecting plenty of noise from the Burchill clan on Saturday.
Yeah, listen, all the Morecambe Bay supporters have come out and all over the country, not just from Morecambe. So it's like I say, a massive thank you to them. It's hard for people to come out on a Saturday. Some people can't afford tickets. You know what I mean, so if they can't make it to there on the M&S Arena on Saturday night, make sure you tune in on YouTube because it's going to be very sexy. Can I show you that?
I told you you'd like him. You train with Dennis McCann as well, by the way. You train at the Rotunda Gym. I've always felt you've got a little bit of Dennis about you, both kind of slippery southpaws. You seem to get on well. And you were asked about this, and you said, yeah, he's my mate. He's just not as good looking as me. Tell me how you're getting on with Dennis and how that's helped your development.
Yeah, listen, it's not just Dennis in the gym. The gym's full of talent. It's you'll see on the card. There's not just me. There's 2 of my teammates on too. So the gym's absolutely flying. When you're around good companies, only one place you can go, and that's to the top. And that's where I believe I can go.
And I'm sure Dennis McCann is watching. Do you stand by your comments that he's not as good looking as you, Nelson?
Definitely.
There you have it. Thank you, Nelson Birchall. We look forward to seeing you back on Saturday night. Let's speak to a man with very, very heavy hands. Jack Turner, 8-0. Fight number 9 for you. They call you El Terrier. You just coming off a great win in Dubai as well. And I watched an interview with you before that fight. And you said, I don't know a thing about my opponent, but I'm going to knock him spark out. You did just that. You delivered on that promise. What's going to happen on Saturday? How are you feeling about being on this big show?
Yeah, I want to say a massive thank you to Frank Warren for having me on such a great show. And yeah, expect the same outcome on Saturday night. Another knockout incoming.
This is your second fight at the M&S Bank Arena as a professional. I guess you've probably got dreams of headlining there one day as well.
Yeah, 100%. And I think it won't be too long until I'm headlining these sort of kind of shows if I carry on the way if I keep doing what I keep doing, knocking people out. So, yeah.
And you're in a brilliant gym as well at the Rotunda with Yadier Herrera here, you know, Jack Turner that we've just spoken to. Oh, you are Jack Turner.
Nelson.
Nelson Birchall that we've spoken to. How's the camp feeling over there?
Yeah, camp's gone well, and everyone in camp's trained hard, so expect big performances of all of us.
You've got some heavy hands as well. Where does your power come from?
Don't know, to be honest. They're just the people and they go over, so I just don't know. Born with it.
Okay, well, we look forward to that on Saturday. Hitting someone and them going over, is that the plan?
That's the plan, yeah.
Okay, Jack Turner, we will see you on Saturday. Let's speak to a man very much Liverpool through and through, Brad Strand, who has joined us on the table. A big night for the city of Liverpool, a big night for the Everton Red Triangle Gym, and a big night for you to make some noise. Tell us how you're feeling.
Yeah, Devon made up to be fighting back in my city. You know, such a big card, and four of the lads out of the gym on it with me, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
You're taking on Marvin Solano. He's a fighter that recently took Shabazz Massoud the distance. He doesn't really get knocked out. Are you expecting to get rounds on Saturday? Is that the plan?
Just going to go out on the box, Devon, just see what happens. Obviously, I'll be looking to try and finish him, try and put a bit of spite on my performance.
We saw Nick Ball last night at Anfield with belts, getting interviewed by TNT, getting posted by Liverpool on Instagram. You probably want the same very soon yourself. Yeah,
definitely. Like, I know how good I am, but obviously, you know, I've had a bit of a setback in my career, but this is the start of me getting back, getting the ball rolling with it.
What sort of message are you looking to send out on Saturday night, Brad?
Just get another win, obviously. Like you just said, the fellas can get stopped a lot, so it'll be a good statement if I stopped them. And then, yeah, just want to be back out active and busy as I can, and then obviously maybe another title fight next year.
Okay, best of luck to you, Brad Strand. Well, as we know, Liverpool is a city of culture. We're going to sample a bit of culture on Saturday. We've got a bit of Cuban culture. Unbeaten Cuban puncher Herrera Herrera takes on Nicaragua's Olivier Flores. We do have translators close by. The vacant WBA Intercontinental Lightweight title will be on the line. And by the way, if you haven't seen Herrera Herrera yet, just do a little YouTube search. Look at some of his knockouts. They're quite breathtaking knockouts. Let's speak to Oliver Flores. Oliver, with translator close by. Your opponent is seen as a very, very dangerous puncher. How do you feel heading into your fight with Herrera Herrera?
Bueno, primero que todo, pues gracias por la invitación, por estar aquí presente. Pues sabemos que nos estamos enfrentando a un buen rival, ¿verdad? Rival con un buen récord, invicto, ¿verdad? Pero sabemos que en el boxeo puede pasar de todo, ¿verdad? Venimos listos, venimos entrenados con mentalidad ganadora, pues siempre dándole respeto al rival como se merece, es un deporte de contacto. Y bueno, el peligro lo corremos todo, ¿verdad? Él lleva guante, yo llevo guante y pues vamos a darle una buena presentación el sábado y vamos a tratar de sacar la victoria, ¿verdad? Venimos a pelear y eso es lo que vamos a hacer el día sábado.
Good afternoon. give respect to Herrera. I train, I go to 1 to 5 to Nicaragua.
Okay, you've been in with some good opponents, some good fighters, Miguel Vasquez, Miguel Burchout. Could your experience be a factor against Herrera on Saturday?
Bueno, la pelea se va a plasmar pues según como venga él, ¿verdad? Estamos listos, sabemos pelear, sabemos fajarnos, sabemos movernos, pero hemos venido a pelear. Yo pienso pues que ese día pues los que van a salir ganando la fanaticada, venimos a tirar golpes, venimos a pelear, que es lo que sabemos hacer, ¿verdad? Tenemos la experiencia suficiente pues para tratar de sacar el combate pues y regalarle al público pues lo que se merece, un buen show.
Every young will see good fight this Saturday.
Okay, short and sweet from Oliver Flores. Let's bring in Javier Herrera, who I've watched a few interviews and I'm almost certain he'll have more to say. Javier, we know how hard you work. We see you in the gym. How do you feel that your hard work has been rewarded with a big shot on a big show?
Thank you everybody for supporting me. Thank you, Coach Berry. Thank you, Cuba Boxing Club. It's here. I'm the best, you know. I'm the best. I feel strong. I'm ready for the show, bro. Saturday. Yeah, it's done, man.
What do you think of your opponent?
It's good opening. It's good person. The problem is, I fuck you up, bro. Serious, man. No, I'm here for not playing. I'm here for destroy your life, bro. I swear to God, bro. Yeah.
I'll have to assume he's talking about Oliver Flores, not myself. Can you please translate to Oliver what has been said there and get a response from him?
Bueno, la realidad es las cosas que las apariencias engañan, ¿verdad? No hay pelea fácil, toda pelea es dura, ya sea fuera del ring o en el gimnasio, ¿verdad? Venimos a pelear, siempre con respeto, como se merece todo peleador, porque es un deporte, sabemos que es duro, pero bueno, como dije, la gente es la que se va a dar un buen show, ¿verdad? Venimos a pelear y eso es lo que vamos a hacer el día sábado.
No, it's easy fight, so ¿qué dijiste que no es una pelea fácil, pero
que no hay pelea fácil ni dentro ni fuera del gimnasio, todo cuesta.
No, it's easy fight. He training to want to fight.
Great stuff. Your Belfast was when you made your Queensbury debut. It was over within a couple of minutes. Are we going to get to see longer on Saturday, or could this be an early night too?
Yeah, you know, I'm ready, bro. I'm ready. For this guy, I'm ready. 100% or 100%. I'm ready, bro. I told you, bro, I'm not here for playing. I'm here for destroy the life. You know? I'm here for destroy the life, bro. Every day fucking the gym. Work hard, repeat and again. Work hard, work hard. I swear to God, bro. Destroy your life. It's that, man.
Do you have a message for your opponent?
No, thank you, bro. Thank you. Fuck you up.
Thank you, Javier Herrera. Thank you, Oliver Flores. Apologies for the language there. It's an intense fight. The vacant WBA Intercontinental Lightweight Championship will be on the line. Javier Herrera and Oliver Flores. Okay, let's speak to one of the most dangerous punchers in the Bantamweight division. And there's plenty of skills to go with all of that danger. He's Liverpool's British and Commonwealth Bantamweight champion, Andrew Kane, who takes on Lazaro Caceres on Saturday night. The vacant WBC International Silver Bantamweight Championship will be on the line. And Andrew, I'm actually going to come to you first and just get an opening line from you. It's a big show to be a part of. Late switch in opponent here, but from what I can see, this is an opponent very much coming to win on Saturday.
Yeah, you know, at this stage where I'm at now, they all come to win, don't they? So, you know, it's just about going in there and just doing my thing. Doesn't matter who this fella is or whether it's changed or nothing's changed from my side. You know, I'm just coming to be me, and that's that.
Well, let's bring in Lazaro Casares, who will have things translated to him. Lazaro, a big opportunity for you on Saturday. How do you feel about this opportunity to win a new belt against Andrew Kane?
Pues muy buenas y agradecido acá con ustedes por la oportunidad y pues en vista así es una buena oportunidad para ganar esta pelea y así poder subir un escalafón más y pues acá estamos para eso, hemos hecho una muy buena preparación y queremos ganar, ¿sí? El látigo quiere mostrar su poder por estas tierras, vamos a conquistar a Liverpool.
Good afternoon. Thank you for the invitation. It's a good opportunity for the win this fight and other opportunities for big fight.
Okay, you've had 2 fights this year. You've won them both by stoppage. Do you believe you will win by stoppage on Saturday and stop Andrew Kane?
Si vas a parar acá el sábado. Que si vas a parar acá el sábado.
Pues respeto a mi rival, ante todo, pero acá arriba del ring, el sábado, pues van a tener un gran espectáculo y nada, nosotros venimos acá y queremos salir victoriosos el día sábado.
I respect to Cain. On Saturday, you will see good fight, good show.
Okay, Andrew, you've not boxed in Liverpool, I think, for 4 years. This must be quite exciting for you. Part of, you know, Everton, Red Triangle, all coming up together, all boxing on this show. Well, most of you guys anyway. You must be excited about putting on a show in Liverpool.
Yeah, do you know what, Dev? Really excited. It's a fantastic time for us and, you know, for our gym. And I'd like to thank Frank Warren for giving us the opportunity. And also I'd like to thank my good friend Nick Ball for smashing its head in Saudi Arabia and providing this opportunity for us all, you know, and it means a lot to me. And I'm going to be taking it with both hands. And I just don't know who this fella is. I haven't seen much of him, but as long as I be me, I'm sure I'll be coming for my 12th knockout.
Well, he stopped his last 2, Andrew. I guess you've got to be careful in there.
Got to be careful in there, no matter who you're fighting, Dev. You know, it's a fight, isn't it, at the end of the day? But look, he's not going to be landing enough shots on me to do any damage before I've landed mine. And if I land them clean, it'll be over.
And listen, we're not going to look past your opponent, but I've just got to put it to you. Your division is thriving right now. We've seen Charlie Edwards just become a European champion. Paul Butler's knocking about. How far off those guys do you feel you are?
I'm not far off them at all. You know, that comes down to promotion and stuff, but I'm ready to fight them now. So when you say how far off am I, that's down to Frank Warren and my team and that to sort me fights out. So I'm just here to fight. Well, I'll fight any of them, and I'll fight them on Saturday.
And this man that you are fighting on Saturday, how do you expect the fight to go?
I don't know who he is. Don't even know his name. So we'll see when I get there what he brings to the table. You know, but I know what I bring to the table, and I believe that on my night, that's enough to beat anyone in the world.
Best of luck to you, Andrew Kane. It will be Lazaro Casares in the opposite corner on Saturday. The vacant WBC International Silver Bantamweight Championship will be on the line. Well, let's speak about this fight. It's a brilliant fight between 2 unbeaten super lightweights. Jack Rafferty brings his Commonwealth title to the table. Henry Turner brings his WBC International Silver title to the table. And dangling in between them is a carrot of the vacant British Super Lightweight Championship. It's a brilliant fight. It's what British boxing's all about. And let's start with Jack Rafferty here. Unbeaten, 18 years of graft leading up to this moment, this opportunity on a big stage, on a big show against a brilliant fighter here. How are you feeling about this one, Jack?
Yeah, feeling really well. I've prepared well. I've not been given this opportunity. I've worked hard for it. I've not just filled someone's place in. I'm here to take this opportunity to both hands. I've grafted for it, and I'll be reaping the rewards on Saturday night.
Is Henry Turner a fighter that you've kept an eye on, thinking we will probably meet at some point down the line?
Yeah, you've got to keep an eye on them top 10 and seeing where they're up to. He's been there, he's knocking about, he's doing his job, and, you know, look, well, we're crossing paths. You know, we've got a belt each, and we've got a little bit in between us, and let's have it Saturday night.
He's a very skillful southpaw. I guess in your coach, in Steve Maylett, that's a good coach to have. Trained Terry Flanagan for years, former world champion. How much of a benefit has that been in helping you prepare for Henry Turner?
Yeah, he's skillful, and he's obviously stopping his opponent, so he can punch a little bit. So I think that'll make a cracking fight. I've got, you know, the best coach in the world, Steve Maylett. Prepared me well, unbelievable, fit, strong, healthy, ready for Saturday night.
Well, Henry Turner, you have wanted the British title. This is the man, if you look across, this is the man standing in your way of becoming the British champion and taking his belt as well. Tell us your thoughts heading into Saturday.
No, I just can't wait to get in there now. Like you say, I've been putting in the hard graft since my last fight in May, so I've been training day in, day out, and it's not a thing. 16 years I've been in the gym myself. Since the age of 9, I've worked hard for this, so yeah, opportunity's here now, ready to go and grab it.
At the launch press conference, we talked about how you don't really watch your opponents. You just kind of figure them out once you're in there. Given the gravity of this fight, the quality of the fighter, have you done any watching tape ahead of this, or are you just backing yourself to figure him out?
No, like you say, we've kept an eye on the top 10 all the time. I watched a bit of Jack. I've got a great team around me that watch him, so they put the plan together. I execute it.
I think this is your second fight outside of London, actually. So you're away from home. I feel like he'll probably have more fans. He's from nearer this area. You saw at the launch presser, they kind of got on your case and you were telling them to come on, give me some more kind of thing. Are you looking forward to kind of the potential hostility of almost an away fighter feel?
Yeah, it's something different, isn't it? Like you say, I went out to Dubai to box, but that was a bit of a smaller show. This is a big show, a lot more fans, better atmosphere. Like you say, I thrive under pressure, so pressure makes diamonds.
Good line. And you've started getting stoppages as well, Henry. Are you expecting to stop Jack Rafferty on Saturday?
Whatever I have to do Saturday night to win them belts, I'll do.
Jack, what would it mean to you to walk away with all 3 belts on Saturday?
Massive. It's a massive door opening, you know, for once I win this. Saturday night, there's a massive door open then, so, you know, what's next? I want what's next. Obviously, I want what Saturday night brings. I'll be taking that. Then the opportunity's there, you know. Frank can provide them, you know, and I'll be shining on the stage Saturday night.
I saw you put on Instagram, our time, when this fight was announced. Why is now the right time for Jack Rafferty?
Perfect timing, you know, in my prime, fit, strong, worked hard for this, you know. I've not, like I said, I've not just been, someone's not pulled out and I've slipped into this opportunity, and I've grafted hard for it, you know. I've done the eliminators, done the small holes, I've done, you know, having to pay for my opponents to fight for belts, relinquish belts. You know, this is the stage now where I can show myself, the boxing eyes will be watching, proper boxing eyes, and I can showcase what Jack Rafferty's made about.
Henry, you've been all over the world as an amateur, taken on all different styles, all different shapes and sizes. Is Jack Rafferty anything different from what you can see, or have you seen it all before?
Everyone's got their own strengths, like you say, but like you say, I've been in there with pretty much every single style all over Europe, like I've boxed, like you said, all over the world. So I've been in there with pretty much every single style. Like you say, everyone's got their own thing, but I'll adjust and I'll do what I have to do to win.
What are your advantages?
I think I'm a better boxer. I'm just as strong. I've got great feet work. I've got great head movement. I think I've got everything I need to do.
Jack, do you agree? Are they all advantages of Henry Turner?
No, he's not a Jack Rafferty. And that's what's going to win it Saturday night, me.
Jack, do you have a prediction and a message to Henry Turner, if you can look across while you share that message?
Yeah, I'll be in a cafe Sunday morning having scrambled eggs on toast with 3 belts around my waist.
Good luck to you.
Henry, is that your final message? Just a good luck to Jack, or you got anything else to say?
Yeah, the best man will win Saturday night, and we'll see.
We will see brilliant British, Commonwealth and WBC international silver titles on the line. 2 unbeaten super lightweights.
Also, I'd like to say sorry, the train got a puncture on the way. I had to get out and change it.
You're here now. You're here now. The showman, Henry Turner, will be back very, very shortly for the main event press conference. We're going to do some face-offs down the front first. Don't go anywhere. Thank you. fighters will be off to the side, and I'll introduce them.
Okay.
Just Ronnie, you can stay there. Okay.
Where am I going here? He's done it, you've done it. It's team effort, you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, we continue with our main event press conference for the Nick Ball Homecoming. A great night of World Championship Boxing this Saturday to be held at the M&S Bank Arena in Liverpool, England. It is all being brought to you by Frank Warren on behalf of Queensberry Promotions, along with their great sponsors, Riyadh Season, 32 Red, and Unibet. This great event will be shown live in the UK on TNT Sports and also in the United States on ESPN+. Tickets can be purchased through Ticket Quarter, Ticketmaster, and the M&S Bank Arena box office. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our main event this Saturday, it is scheduled for 12 rounds, and it will be for the WBA Featherweight Championship of the World. Let's now welcome the participants, beginning with the challenger. Coming to us from Santa Ana, California, USA. He brings a professional record consisting of 34 wins, 4 defeats, with 17 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the former two-time world title challenger, Ronny Rios. And now let's welcome the defending world champion from right here, Liverpool, England, undefeated with 20 wins, 1 draw, 11 of his 20 wins coming by way of knockout this Saturday in his first world title defense. Let's welcome the reigning and defending WBA featherweight champion of the world, Nick the Wrecking Ball. And we are also joined here today by the head trainer and manager of Nick Ball, Mr. Paul Stevenson. The manager of Ronny Rios, Mr. Roberto Diaz. And of Queensberry Promotions, Mr. George Warren. Let's now once again welcome your host, Mr. Dev Sani.
Thank you, Thomas Treiber. Great intros, as always, Thomas Treiber. Well, thank you. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are, the main event press conference ahead of the main event on Saturday night. The return, the homecoming of Liverpool's new hero, the unbeaten Nick the Wrecking Ball, defending that WBA World Featherweight title against this man here, Ronny Rios. His third attempt at a world title, and he believes this time he will leave with the gold.
Let's begin with George Warren of Queensbury. And George, great to see you. What a brilliant show. We're bringing World Championship Boxing back to Liverpool. It's been a while. It's a great show top to bottom. Talk to us about it.
Yeah, thanks, Dev. Firstly, I can't believe you're getting an introduction that's going wrong. But anyway, no, look, this is all possible because of this guy here, because of Nick Bull. Britain's latest world champion, a phenomenal fighter that took the opportunities that were presented to him with both hands, has, just for me, constantly showed what a world-class operator he is. And some of those performances, I was doing an interview before and I've just said it, you know, people forget, even before the fights in Riyadh, Isaac Dogbe, then the performance against Ray Vargas where he was robbed and deserved to come away with that WBC title that night. I think the judges got that seriously wrong. And to overcome that and then 10 weeks notice going against a legit quality world-class fighter in Ray Ford and put on the performance that he did, this guy, in my opinion, is one of the most exciting boxers, not just in this country, but in the world. And Liverpool should be very proud of what he's going to be able to go off and do and achieve in his career. He's a phenomenal fighter, great attitude, and for any young fighter, this is someone that you should be looking to, because hard work, dedication in the gym. He's got a great team led by Paul here, who have believed in him since day one. And now this city's going to capitalise, and we are going to grow this sport up to what it can be in Liverpool, and it's going to be spearheaded by this guy. You know, I want to thank Roberto, our good friend over there, for helping us to make this fight. And, you know, obviously we wish Ronnie all the best on the night. But that he's, for me, the only one that wins this is Nick Bull. And I'm just so excited to see him back in the ring. He is undoubtedly one of the most exciting fighters in world boxing. So sit back, relax, and enjoy an amazing, amazing night of boxing on Saturday night.
One final one, George. Just a nod to Nick's growing star power. We saw him at Anfield last night. You had Liverpool posting about him. He was doing interviews before the fight. It seems like he's a real growing star in British sport.
Yeah, look, again, it's down to what he's been doing and what he's achieved in the ring. His personality shining through. He's not the most talkative. I share that with Nick, so I can relate to that. But look, he's a phenomenal fighter. Dedicated, works hard, ferocious in there, explosive. The mini Mike Tyson that he was getting called in the commentary in his last couple of performances. And, you know, for me, I'm just proud of what he's gone on and achieved so far. There is so much more ahead for him, I believe. If he can get through this, he's got to be good on Saturday night. He's got to concentrate. He's coming with a live opponent that is going to come here and try and upset things. And, you know, Ronnie has been in with world-class fighters and he's shown that he's at that world-class level. So Nick knows that he's got to be absolutely bang on. And, you know, look, we've got a great card underneath. You know, Jack Rafferty, Henry Turner is a quality British fight. That is what British title fights are all about. A vacant title where it's as competitive as it can be. And, you know, the array of talent that we've got currently in Liverpool under our roster, I'm just so excited about it. Even our adopted Liverpudlian Jada, who's sitting over there, who, you know, was pretty excited in his press conference just now. But look, there's just so much to be excited about, not just for Liverpool boxing, for British boxing, and it's great to be back here. And as I say, roll on Saturday.
Great stuff. Thank you, George Warren. Great to see you up here. Robert Diaz, great to see you up here as well. I mean, it adds an extra big fight feel when Robert Diaz is in town. Tell me about your man Ronny Rios here. Why is this the right fight at the right time?
Thank you very much. First of all, I want to thank Queensbury. I want to thank Frank Warren for making this possible. Nick, thanks for the opportunity. You guys have a great champion. Obviously, he's undefeated. He's done things right. He deserves his homecoming. Unfortunately for him, he picked the wrong opponent. I've known Ronnie for many, many years. He took some time off. And really, when he called me to say, I want to fight again, let's do it one more time, it was for the right reasons. It wasn't a money thing. It was to win the world title. One thing you have to remember is you can't fast forward into experience. Again, Nick has done a tremendous job. He's a champion for a reason. He's undefeated. He brings what we can say is a very exciting style. It's a Mexican style. The difference here is he has an opponent that doesn't go back up. This is a Mexican, not Mexican style, but a Mexican. On Saturday night, one thing I can guarantee, they will meet in the center of the ring. They'll come straight at each other, and the fans will get a great fight. And that title is going home, back to California, and we'll do the rematch, hopefully in Riyadh.
Thank you, Robert Diaz. Let's bring in Paul Stevenson, because you would have been part of the decision-making process, of course, in the opponent's selection in Ronny Rios here. Robert Diaz says you've made a mistake. You picked the wrong one. Tell us your thoughts.
I mean, there's talk of rematches and things like that, but Ronny Rios is a good operator, so we like him for a good reason. He's going to come to fight. His style, his record, everything suggests that. And, he's got a good world rank. I think he's ranked 7th in the organisation in the WBA. So, and we want to, Nick wants to test himself against all these styles. So, I hope he's as good as, as we think he is, and he really does come to fight. The better he is, I believe, the better you'll see from Nick. Nick, the job he's been doing already against these world-level fighters is one thing, but now that he's champion, watch the confidence, watch the rise of Nick Ball over this fight. We're not looking past Ronnie, and I certainly am not. Nick's not underestimating him, and I'm not. But watch Nick rise over these next years and next defences, and we'll see the start of it on Saturday night.
Does Ronny Rios bring anything different, anything that Nick hasn't seen before?
I wouldn't say so. I mean, but let's just see. He's a good fighter, Ronny Rios. He's very well rounded. He goes to the body well. He's a good fighter. A lot of respect for him. That's why we like this fight, as an opponent. But I believe he'll suit Nick, to be honest. And that anybody a lot of people have a plan when they go in with Nick, and they think, oh, I'll try this and I'll try that, and then they find that Nick is highly skilled in a lot of subtle ways that maybe to the untrained eye you might not see, but believe me, we see it, we've done it, we're building it, all of us. And so, people have a way of being surprised by Nick once the bell goes, so I'm sure that's what's going to be happening on the night.
One final one for you, Paul. You must be proud to be bringing big-time boxing back to Liverpool. So many of your fighters featuring on Saturday night. It must be quite a moment for you.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, there's five of my fighters, our fighters on the bill. But these fighters are they're bringing something. Like people say, Nick doesn't have a great deal to say or whatever. What do you want to watch? You want to listen to someone gab, or do you want to watch him fight? He's one of the most exciting things you could watch in a boxing ring. He's pleasing on the eye. He's explosive. He's going for it. And if there were more people like that in boxing would be in a better place. So for the gym, of course, brilliant. The lads are getting what they deserved. I've spoken to these boxers, obviously, about these type of nights coming, which we're in now. And now they're seeing it happen. When Nick won that title in Riyadh, all his gym mates are sitting there 5 feet away ringside while his hand's getting raised, while they're shouting the new. They're seeing it happen. They're seeing it come true for Nick, and they're right behind him. And this great show, which George and Frank and the team have put on for Nick and the lads, it's been an absolute shot in the arm for Liverpool boxing. So, yeah, it's great for us, and we're so happy to be doing it.
Great stuff. Thanks, Paul. Let's speak to the challenger, Ronny Rios. You have wanted to become a world champion since the age of 13. Here it is. There is the belt sat across you. Big opportunity, a big moment. Tell us your thoughts.
First and foremost, I want to thank Queensberry for giving me the opportunity. I want to thank Nick Ball for obviously, giving me the opportunity as well. And yeah, this is my third attempt, and we have we got a good fight in front of us. Like, I'm not gonna lie. This is the fights that I get up for, and this is the fights that motivate me. Like I was telling somebody earlier, I've always wanted to test myself in my eyes, Nick Ball is one of the best fighters at 126. So I want to test myself. I want to see where I stand. I don't have that pressure. Oh, what if? I'm just excited. To see where I stand, you know. And we've had a great camp. So 2 more days and it's almost here.
I watched an interview with you talking about your camp, but it sounds like you have certainly put in the work. More rounds in training, more punches per round. Is that about right? Is that the sort of camp it's been?
That is true. We've had that camp, but also too, we've had different types of styles, because with Nick you can't just have one style. You gotta have a style, then you have to have the backup style, and then you gotta kind of convert the both of them. So it's a little bit of both, you know. It's not just one style that you have to go into a fight. It's a variety of styles, but in order for you to go into a fight, especially a fight against the Nick Ball, you have to be in the best tip-top shape of your life, which we've gotten into.
I also heard, Ronnie, I heard you speaking about this fight and what this means to you. And you talked about how actually this is also an opportunity to show your kids that you put your mind to it, you can do it.
Yeah.
So there's a lot heading into this for you, right?
I mean, there is, but there's not. At the end of the day, I just want to see where I rank amongst the best. And like I said, Nick Ball's one of the best. He's not a champion for a reason. So I want to see where I stand. Everything else is going to come secondary, to be honest with you.
Well, let's speak to one of the best, and I think many in this room will have him down as the best right now. Nick Ball, you used to watch shows at the M&S Bank Arena, formerly Echo Arena, as a kid. You'd watch on thinking one day that will be me. Well, that one day is coming up 2 days away now. You're headlining in Liverpool. Give us your thoughts.
Yeah, that's it, Dev. Just glad to be back more than anything, fighting in my home city. You know, this is where it all started, and feels good to be fighting here as a world champion. So, yeah, and thanks for everyone coming out and, you know, buying tickets, coming to support me, and thanks to Frank for putting it on, and George and everyone at Team Queensbury, yeah, and my old team.
Feels like you've got the support of Liverpool. I mentioned already you were at the game last night. You've got Liverpool posting about you on their Instagram. You're doing interviews with them. It feels like the city are getting behind you, Nick.
Yeah, that's how it should be, and that's what it is. You know, we get behind our own. If you see someone doing well and putting the hard work in, it pays off.
Your camp, your training, any adjustments for what Ronny Rios brings, or same old?
Same old, yeah. Always working hard in the gym, listening, staying focused, yeah, with the same people around me, and it all pays off come fight night.
But there's a bit of a change, because you were the hunter. Now you've become the hunted. You are the man with the target on your back. What does that do for you mentally heading into this fight?
That's what it is, isn't it? There's loads of fighters out there who want to become world champion, and that shows the proper fighters. So I was like that coming up, and now I've done it. I've got to keep the same mentality, keep working hard, not taking the foot off the gas, and keep going.
And the title has finally arrived. Took a little while, but that is the official WBA world title in front of you. Does that make it feel more real, Nick?
Yeah, it is more real, innit, sitting here. It's a few days away now, so it's exciting more than anything now.
Any nerves?
Not yet, no. Probably on the night, but, you know, the nerves bring the best out of you, so, yeah.
Ronnie, let me bring you in here. You have had, I believe, 17 more fights than Nick Ball. You are the older man heading into this. How do you make your experience a factor on Saturday?
It's a good question, because I know he's going to be in shape. So, you know, you just got to, there's a few ways around it, but, I mean, we got into the best tip-top shape we could, so I think that's one of the things that is going to play different in this fight.
And when you're faced with a wrecking ball, I guess you either try and move out of the way of the wrecking ball so it doesn't hit you, or you face it head on and you try and push the wrecking ball back. What are you going to do?
Go forward. Run forward towards it.
Nick, that sounds like a great fight, but also maybe not the best idea to push back against a wrecking ball. What do you think?
Yeah, he thinks he's going to get in there and push me back. You know, he'll find out that that's not going to happen, yeah. You know, might sound good saying it. You can think it, you know, in front of the cameras, doing these talks and that, but once you get in the ring, it's a different story, so good luck.
What makes you so hard to beat, Nick?
Just how hard I train, you know, my mindset, yeah, how I carry myself.
Ronnie, when we look at Nick Ball here, he looks like a fighter with good chin, good power, good pressure, good work rate. He looks very difficult to beat. He hasn't been beat. Am I missing something here? Or are you seeing something that I'm not? He looks like he doesn't really have a lot of chinks in the armour. You tell me.
I mean, I've seen a lot of tape. You always see stuff, you know, some people just haven't capitalized on it. So, you know, I wouldn't have taken this fight if I didn't see anything. I'm not just gonna take a fight just for the money. That's not my style, and that's never been my style, and it never will be. So that's why we're here.
Do you think you need to get his respect early in this fight?
I gotta do whatever I gotta do to win. That's it. You know, if I have to get his respect, if not, I don't care. It doesn't matter. I'm here to win.
Nick, have you watched any tape or just left it all to Paul?
Yeah, I haven't watched none. I don't really watch too much of my opponents, yeah. I let Paul and Ant do that, so they've probably done that and worked on the best version of me, and that's what we'll be doing on the night.
Ronnie, that was something we mentioned when we did the locked in, how Nick doesn't really watch any tape, but you will watch tape. You have watched some tape of Nick Ball, and you put it down to maybe inexperience on Nick's part. Tell us more about that.
I never said inexperience. I just said he probably just doesn't like watching tape, which I never used to like watching tape early on. And like I said, it comes with experience. I never used to like watching tape until you obviously see something different in your opponent than your coaches did. But it's called experience, and you know, like you said, we'll see on Saturday.
What do you think people will be saying about Ronny Rios at the final bell on Saturday night?
And you.
Nick, final word to you, champ. When it's all said and done on Saturday night, how's this fight going to play out?
Just again, all action from me. As always, you know, people have paid hard money for the tickets to come and watch me in Liverpool. So it means a lot to me, yeah. Everyone getting behind me and supporting me, and it's going to be a special night. You've seen the Undercard before, loads of special fighters on that. So they're in for a good night, and it's going to be all action again.
Best of luck to you both, two gentlemen of the sport. World Championship Boxing, the WBA World Featherweight Championship on the line Saturday night right here in Liverpool. Live on TNT Sports from 7 o'clock and the Queensbury YouTube channel from 4 o'clock. Stick around, we're going to do a face-off and have a chat over there. Thank you. There is the unbeaten WBA World Featherweight Champion Nick Ball. That's a face off with his opponent Ronny Rios. Big fight on Saturday night, World Championship Boxing.
Thank you, Trevor.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our main event Saturday from M&S Bank Arena in Liverpool, England, live on TNT Sports and ESPN Plus. Brought to you by Frank Warren on behalf of Queensberry Promotions. It's 12 rounds scheduled for the WBA Featherweight Championship of the World. The challenger, Ronny Rios, versus the defending world champion, Nick the Wrecking Ball.
There from Nick Ball, which we are becoming very, very familiar with. He looks at Ronny Rios in the same manner that he looked at Ray Vargas, he looked at Ray Ford, 2 world title fights in recent memory. There is an intensity about this young man from Liverpool. But Ronny Rios, as you can tell from the press conference, he is game. He's coming with a lot of hunger, and he's got a lot to prove on Saturday night. That is your main event. TNT Sports from 7 o'clock, and Queensberry YouTube from 4 o'clock. Nick Ball, homecoming, defending his crown against Ronny Rios. Okay, Nick the Wrecking Ball. And there is that glorious title, and there is that brilliant manager as well, Paul Stevenson. How are we?
Hey, how are you?
Very good, very good. I'm not sure if Paul Stevenson's in shot, but I'm hoping that Paul
Just
will
the voice, Dev.
be
Just
in
the
shot.
voice.
Just the voice. Sometimes that's all we need. But Nick, that looks good, doesn't it? It's good that you've got the real one now.
Yeah, that's it, innit?
Walking about with this fake belt.
Looks good, feels good.
What did you make of your man Ronnie up there? And Robert Diaz, he thinks that you've made a mistake.
Yeah, that's what they all say. It's all good and well talking like that, innit? You realise it's a different story getting in there with me, but yeah, didn't make nothing of him really. Just another opponent in my way, trying to get to where I'm get to. Trying to take what's mine, and it's not happening.
There is a rumour, Nick, that you will be walking to the arena on Saturday. That's how close to your house it is. Can you confirm or deny these rumours?
Jogging. Yeah, it's close. Yeah, 2 minutes away, so feels good. Feels weird, actually. Feels weird fighting here, but good at the same time. Don't know, I can't explain it. Normally we're getting flights, getting loads of bags, suitcases, trains, none of that. Just me and the team, and ready to go.
He is ready to go, isn't he, Paul? I mean, this is a man that you see more than anyone else. He's ready, right?
Yeah, Nick's in the shape of his life, Dev. I say that, but he always is in unbelievable shape. And the sparring, the training, the level he's boxing at, the IQ, everything's just coming on so well. So, it's going to be a perfect performance, perfect fight for Nick.
What are you expecting from Ronnie? Because he set up there. You can either move out the way of a wrecking ball, or you can kind of face it head on. Yeah. He plans to face it head on, apparently. What do you think?
He's got his own sort of ideas, I would think, about how it goes. But as I've said, once the bell goes, it's different. I think, say, for example, recent opponents, I think Isaac Dogbo was surprised that he couldn't stand inside with Nick. He wasn't allowed to. Nick's very technical inside, knows what he's doing. And then I would imagine Vargas was a bit surprised that he couldn't outbox Nick, and Ray Ford probably the same. They all get surprised when they get in there with him because he's something different. Nick's the best fighter in the world, I believe, and certainly the best in the featherweight division. And with now it's time. He's obviously world champion. He's proved he's at that level. Now he's going to go on, and Ronny Rios, good fighter that he is, good fight he should bring. I don't think he'll get anywhere near Nick in his belt.
Is that how you're feeling about this, Nick? He's a good fighter, Ronnie, but he's not going to get anywhere near you once the first bell rings. Is that your feeling?
Yeah, well, he's going to be in the ring with me, so yeah, he's going to get close enough, and I'm going to have to be close enough to punch him. Yeah, and not let that happen. But obviously, at the same time, anything can happen in boxing. I'm not stupid, but that's why I'm so switched on in there. And always listening to Paul. He's switched on, the best coach in the game. Always listening and always learning is the main thing, and everything I listen to pays off and works, so that's what I'll continue to do.
And this homecoming element, does it come with additional pressure? We've seen other fighters in the past perhaps get too caught up in it, taking selfies on the ring walk and stuff like that. I don't think we'll see that from you, to be honest, but has it felt different heading into this?
Yeah, well, it is different, and then I'm world champion now. I'm world champion going into a fight, you know, defending me world title for the first time. So that's different. It's at home. That's also different, but it's all different in good ways, isn't it? So yeah, but in terms of the other stuff, what you said, people taking selfies and all that you mean like getting ahead of yourself and things like that? No, as you can tell, I'm not unlike that. So just keep it the same to, you know, keep doing what got me to this position. So keep doing that and don't change.
Can we get a selfie later though? Like, we'll get one anyway.
Of course.
Get the belt in. Nick, we're going to let you go. Best of luck to you, champ. Paul, we're going to keep you here.
Nice one,
fist
Dave.
bump on the way out. There we go. And we're going to bring in someone a bit bigger than Nick Ball, a bit bigger than most people. Mr. Bomber Brown, please join us in the middle here. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you.
Looking forward to it?
Yeah, I can't wait. It's thanks to Paul, to Frank, to everybody for getting me on the show, and I'm looking forward to it.
You've got Amin Bolchetta on Saturday, so he's been in with some good guys. He's been in with Moses Italma. I think Moses got rid of him, but he's been in with other notable heavyweights who haven't been able to get rid of him. What are you expecting on Saturday?
I'm not too sure. Just go in there, be myself, listen to Paul out in the corner, and be exciting.
How good is Bomber Brown, Paul?
Bomber Brown has got the potential to really become something, to become heavyweight champ of the world. And you know, when he's coming to our gym, of course, he's working alongside probably one of the most committed teams you could ever be around, and he's really rising. So these are his chances, you know, to pave his way, to make his fortune, to become a, you know, successful and rich man. And Bomber's an excellent boxer, ton of power, physically, he's as big as you need to be, let's say. I was talking with Anthony before, and I said, you look at Bomber, he was getting his photos took over there, and he's ripped to shreds, isn't he? And I said, you know, physically, would you compare him to, if you looked back through boxing history, like, he's the biggest Dubois in the recent times, but more chiseled, you know, probably bigger than Foreman, probably bigger than Liston, you know, he's got physically everything he needs, and so now it's just a case of an actor, a singer, they have to find their little way of being special. Bomber's doing that now with these fights, and I think we're going to see something great on Saturday.
Well, you're clearly rated. The fact that Daniel Dubois, heading into the biggest fight of his life against Anthony Joshua, was training with you, sparring with you, is a bit of an endorsement of what he thinks, and he's a world champion. How did you find your experience with Daniel Dubois?
Yeah, it was good. It was good rounds. You know, he's a solid fighter, and yeah, it was good to get in there with a world champion, and see what I was made of. To be honest with you, going to the fire.
Were you surprised with his performance against Anthony Joshua?
No,
what were your
not
thoughts?
Not at all. He's a handful in there, Daniel. So I'm not surprised that he did that to Joshua. Maybe underestimated him. I don't know, but yeah, I'm not surprised at all.
What sort of feedback did he give you? I know he's not a huge talker. I can't imagine he'd have said much. Maybe just a heavy fist bump. But was there anything that you got from him?
Or in terms of what?
Yeah, little feedback. Good spar, Bomber. Or you're good at this, Bomber.
Said a few things after the spar. Just said I was strong. Said a couple of things. So no, it was good. It's good.
Okay. What sort of statement are you going to put on Saturday?
A big one. You know, I'm grateful to be given these opportunities. I'm just thankful to Paul, thankful to my whole team for giving me the chance now. And like I said, Paul's done the hard work getting me on the show and stuff like that. So it's down to me. It's time for me to pay him back. When
you're training with all these guys, are you trying to keep up with them?
Yeah, I've got to. Do you know what I mean? I'm not there to just sort of sit back and watch. That's why Paul's such a great trainer. He doesn't let me just rest on my laurels and just sort of just let them work as hard and me sort of coast by. I've got to try and keep up with them, and it's good. It's brought me on a lot.
Good stuff. We're going to let you go, Bomber Brown. Thank you very much. Fist bump, Paul. Let's just have a quick chat, because it's a big night for the Everton Red Triangle Gym, right? So many of your fighters are on.
Yeah.
Who else should we be looking out for? Lucas Biswana has caught my eye a little bit. I've seen some of his knockouts in the amateurs. What can we expect from him?
Lucas, at 19 earlier in the year, won the ABAs, and I think he had 6 wins, 4 knockouts, and 3 of them in the first round. And as you've seen from the footage, Deb, while the heavyweights are leaning all over each other, Lucas's opponents are going flat out, and 8, 9, 10 full counts. Lucas is a real natural puncher. This opponent they've got him, he's a known survivor, but anyone that kid touches on the chin just goes to sleep. You know, he's got something, really has, and Frank's got a real diamond in the making there with Lucas.
And Andrew Kane's like switch of opponent here, but he seems as switched on, as dialed in as ever, as you'd expect.
Yeah, Andrew's a real serious person. Dev, you know, this boxing's his life, always has been since he walked in my gym as a 10-year-old. You know, he's got a great blend of being able to set you up and then being able to take you out once he's done it. You know, he's got that. Some fighters, they wait for you to make a mistake, and Andrew forces them, and then when you give him it, he's waiting for it, and he's got you. He's a great puncher. At bantamweight, it's very rare when you see people like Andrew who can just knock anyone out with one-shot puncher at bantamweight. You know, if you could name 10 who were heavyweights, knockout merchants throughout boxing history, you'd be doing well. They're quite rare, you know, can do it with one shot. Andrew's one of them.
He certainly is. Paul, we're going to let you go. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dev.
Congratulations
Thanks
on
very much.
being part of a huge show.
Thanks,
we'll see you out there.
See you soon.
Well, let's bring in George Warren, who how are you, George?
I'm all right, Dev. I just want to know how do you get these intros?
I don't know. That he just started doing it. Thomas, yes, I think yesterday he called me very talented as well. So, you know, how are you?
Clearly mixed up with something. No, you're doing great. Brilliant.
Big show. Liverpool
great
homecoming.
Show. Yeah,
Ball's back.
Listen, he is. I said it at the press conference, and I've been saying it earlier. I did a bit with Buncey in a rare interview like this now. For me, the most exciting British fighter to watch. I love watching him. It's just always all action. He's powerful. He's aggressive. Throws combinations, hooks, uppercuts. He leans in when he takes his shots. He throws them, takes risks. He's prepared to take one. So he's always exciting, and he's done it the hard way. You know, you have fighters that are world level or get world title opportunities, but you know, they get the rub of the green. They may get the vacant or an interim, or maybe the champion's not at the top of the division. Maybe he's a bit of a weaker champion. Ray Vargas is a quality operator. He beat him. He should have been WBC champion that night. Ray Ford, quality operator. He beat him. He's now WBA champion. He should be unified. And I think Ray Ford will go on and do good stuff at Super Feather. I think he's more than capable of becoming a two-weight world champion. So Nick's at that level. He's at that class. He's a world-class operator, and British boxing's got to get behind him.
He's got a hungry opponent, as you can see from Ronny Rios there, who wants it. You can just see that intensity. You can see the way Robert Diaz is talking about his man as well. He's got to come through that. But if he does come through against Ronny Rios, what kind of plans are in place? I keep hearing things. Inouye's out there, could move up to featherweight. What can you tell us, George?
Yeah, look, I mean, Inoue will be the decider of what he is going to do. He's earned that right. He's a superstar, selling 60,000 tickets and has a huge TV contract behind him in Japan with Amazon. If he moves up and wants to take on Nick Ball, I know Nick Ball and I know Paul Stevenson. They will be saying to me, go and try and make that fight. And that's what we will do if they give us that instruction. But I think at the moment, you can only deal with what you can deal with. And our eye is on Ronny Rios. Our eye is on big performance, big homecoming night, big night for Liverpool boxing, huge night for all the young and up-and-coming fighters from the region that are under our roster. And if Nick can do the business and these other guys, we can keep growing the sport back in this region. It's been a long time since we've been here. It's been a long time since world title action has been in this region for some time. So eyes on the prize Saturday night. Great performance from him, great performance from the rest of the card, and after that, unify. That's what I want Nick to do, and I want him to unify. I want him to become a big star, like I say, not just in British boxing, world boxing.
It feels like that star power is growing so much on the undercard. I'm not going to go through all of it, but someone who perhaps caught the attention on the undercard press conference was Herrera, unbeaten in 15, and his broken English is very piercing.
Yeah, I think as piercing as he is in the ring, if I'm honest. He is... Look, I got wind that he was unattached and available, and I'd seen some footage, I'd heard some stories, I'd heard some sparring stories, and then when it was a case of that we got the opportunity, I met with his manager, Scott, who also manages Jack Turner, who I think is a phenomenal talent from here as well. But JDA he's a rarity in my opinion. I think he's someone that at this moment in time could be considered a legitimate generational talent. That's how good I think he could be. Now, we're early stages, so I don't want to get too carried away. But if he does what we think he's capable of doing, he's up there at possibly being one of the best super featherweights we've seen, certainly in a ring in this country.
Well, all eyes on Saturday night for that one. Since I've got you, the shows just keep on coming. We're in Riyadh next week, another huge Riyadh season show, headlined by Beterbiev against Bivol, which is probably the best fight that you can make in boxing, George.
Definitely the best fight you can make in boxing. I cannot wait to watch it. I flip-flop on it every day. I change my mind. They're both just great guys as well. They're just class. You just look at them at the press conference and at weigh-ins and how they conduct themselves with the media. There's no stupid remarks being made. They're just all about business. They're all about professionalism. They're all about doing what they need to do in the ring, to do what they want to accomplish and unify and become undisputed. It's just a sit back, relax, enjoy moment. Do not blink. It could finish at any moment. It could end up being... do you know what? You can't predict it. You just can't predict what type of fight it will be. But all I know is it is must-watch viewing.
It certainly is. Look, a couple of fights where maybe you won't be able to sit back and relax so much, where you've got a real interest in Fabio Wardley against Fraser Clark, and of course Raven Chapman finally challenging for a world title against Sky Nicholson. Give us your thoughts on those fights.
Yeah, look, they're tough nights, competitive fights, competitive night of boxing, just like all Riyadh season cards, just like I think, we've been trying to do here at Queensbury as well with what we've been doing with the Magnificent Seven shows and stuff. It's about quality competition. That's what sport's about. And that's what you've got on October 12th. Talking about that fight as the main event, you can't choose between them. You couldn't choose between Fabio and Fraser. Well, certainly the judges couldn't choose between them in the last fight. They called it a draw. I think there's enough for Fabio to have learned that I think he should come through it, and I think he can do it, and I think he should be able to win that fight, come through it, become British champion and move on from that level, because I think he's capable in it, and that's why we've signed him. But Fraser's a great fighter, good bloke as well. Yeah. And, look, Raven, we've believed in her right from the beginning. I think this could be her moment, but Sky's a very good fighter. She's got a great team. I'm sure Eddie will be hoping that there might be a little bit of a change in these results that have been happening between the two groups at the moment. But I'm convinced we're going to get a couple of good wins for Queensbury on October 12th.
Good stuff. Thank you very much, George. Won't keep you any longer. We're going to swap you out for Dennis McCann.
Perfect.
Good to see you. I'll take that off you. Let's bring in the Menace. How are you, Dennis McCann? How are you?
All good.
How do you feel about Nelson Burchill saying that he's better looking than you? That's kind of hot off the press. He said it at the presser. What do you think about this?
I don't know. Fucking I'm balding now, to be honest with you, I reckon he's probably better looking, to be honest.
He's got more hair at the moment.
Yeah, he has.
He's a good fighter, though, right? He's your mate.
I'm going to give him that. Ask him a better fighter. He can keep the better looking one. My boxing since I'm about 3-year-old, no flat as a pancake.
I think you're looking good, Dennis. It's great to have you up here. So, listen, you've kind of moved to Liverpool now. You're out of that Rotunda gym. A lot of your gym mates are on this show. Nelson, who we've talked about, Jack Turner, Hadia Herrera. What can we expect from these boys on Saturday?
Yeah, I think definitely good performances, Jack, as we've seen, is a very big puncher and been looking great in the gym. He's got dynamite in his hands. But the one that excites me the most is Herrera, the Cuban kid. You know me, I don't rate many people at all, but I think he's definitely a future world champion. He flattens everyone in the gym and that, so obviously apart from me, you know what I mean?
Obviously apart from you.
Yeah, he's too big for me.
Did you see what he was saying at the press conference?
I just missed it.
Oh mate, he was great value. He because he doesn't speak much English, it seems like the words that he knows are all swear words. So he was just
he knows.
Yeah. So he was
just
going in.
swearing. Yeah.
What's he like to be around in the gym?
You know what? He's funny. Yeah, he's a proper character. You got to get to know him first. He's a massive character. His English is getting a lot better as well.
Are you teaching him all these swear words?
No comment.
So what's happening with you, Mr. McCann? That was a coming-of-age performance last time against Baluta. There was a great clip with you and Frank where he said that you've come of age, and it was a nice moment there. What's happening now?
Listen, I've conquered Commonwealth, I've conquered Europe, I've conquered Britain. I'm ranked very high now. The next 12 months I want more title fights. I want to come for a few massive names now. I need to start going forward in my career, Got some big belts. one of these Saudi cards would be great, you know. I think Frank needs to give me a slice of the cake. Everyone else is eating, but I'm not eating, you know. So I think it's time to give the menace a slice of the cake, and I'll show them what I'm all about on this world stage. I believe I'm a world-class operator.
And you are younger than most of the world champions now, but you have been pro for what, 4, 5 years now?
Yeah, nearly 5 years, yeah.
So it's getting up there in experience. It feels like it won't be long at all before you are a world champion, Dennis.
Let me off the leash. I'm ready to be off the leash now. I'm ready to rock and roll now. I'm hungry. I can't wait. It's what I dreamed of since my baby, you know. I think I'm ready now for these big names. As I said, you got Dehaney there. You got, I know they're a bit older, but even Anita Donaire, these type of guys here, these excite me, you know. Experience, a bit a legend in the game, Donaire. I'll happily fight him. He's still very, very dangerous. I want to test myself against these proper, these the real deal.
Okay, what's your pick for the main event, Nick Ball against Ronny Rios? How do you see this fight playing out on Saturday?
I'm going to go with a Ball stoppage. He's a dedicated athlete, really good, and I'm enjoying his career so far.
You rate him, yeah?
I think he's a good fighter, yeah. I do rate him, yeah.
It must be a nightmare to fight against a style like that. I'm not trying to say you fight him one day. I don't know.
You know what though? It's a potential matchup. I think that will happen one day. You know. How old is Nick now?
Nick is 27, 28.
He's 28. Yeah, he's old, and he's old. No, you know what? He ain't too old. I'm still young. You know. I think I will grow into a featherweight. Probably got another 2 years this way if I'm lucky. I'm getting strong and getting bigger. So yeah, definitely could be a potential matchup. But obviously, he's in his path and I'm on mine, and he's done bigger things at the moment.
Yeah, 100%. Listen, just before I let you go, just want to get your reflection on Daniel Dubois' performance against Anthony Joshua. I think he sent sort of shockwaves around the world, really, apart from those who are really backing Daniel. What did you think?
I thought it was unbelievable. I love seeing a young guy like that. He looked like a demon possessed in there. And I did say if he goes past 4 or 5 rounds, I said I'd give him a really big chance, you know. And he was boxed for the same gym, Ripton, as well. I used to box with his sister and that, so it was great to see. I was cheering him on all the way.
And when are we expecting to see you next?
December, probably at the fence, and I'm ready to move on. I want these world class names. Dehaney, mate. I think Dehaney needs it next. I think, to be honest with you.
Do you want to tell him something? I don't know. I think that
Let's
might even be.
I ain't heard nothing from him. He'll get paid well. Let's have it, mate. I'm ready to rock and roll now.
That's a strong message to TJ Dehaney. Dennis, thank you so much. Let's fist bump, and I'll let you go. Great to see you as always. Yeah, go and find Nelson and let's get a photo together, and then let the fans judge who is better looking.
That one, that's a better photo.
Yeah, he's only young. He's only young. Thank you for joining us. That was our press conference. We are now just 2 days away. World Championship Boxing is back in Liverpool on Saturday night. Liverpool has a new hero. He is unbeaten. They call him a mini Mike Tyson. He is Nick the Wrecking Ball. He's coming home and he defends his newly won world featherweight title against the tough, the game and the hungry Ronny Rios. It's a brilliant undercard as well. Join us 7 o'clock on TNT Sports on Saturday. We'll be live on the YouTube page on Queensbury from 4 o'clock. But before all of that, join us tomorrow for the weigh-in. We'll see you then.